Welcome to this video. This is my camera bag. My name is Paul and my camera bag is secured with a little lock mechanism with a combination of 3 numbers, and the key to this camera bag is the fundamental knowledge of understanding the universe. My name is Paul. I'm a little videography guy from Germany. I'm not the ultra big Hollywood production company. I have one camera, actually I have 2 cameras, because filming me is currently my good old GoPro Hero 7. Forgive me that this setup doesn't look like an ultra high performance setup, but I want to show you my newer camera bag. I think it's a pretty nice camera bag. That's my camera bag I use for professional work, because I have also a little camera bag which I go out with when I do only YouTube videos, but this is my professional camera bag. It is a newer something, cost about 180 euros. I thought it's quite expensive for a camera bag, but it's worth every penny. So it starts with a nice large camera bag. It has reels on the bottom that you can drag it around. It has even, I don't know if you can see this, a handlebar here for dragging it around like a suitcase. That's pretty nice, because this thing can be very heavy. So I have here something to storage a laptop in. My laptop is currently standing there because I use a laptop when I go out and shoot sometimes. So let's open this. So my camera bag. I am not the biggest Hollywood production cinema company. I have no red camera, not even an FX9 or how this camera is called, or FX7 or whatever. I use the Lumix S5 with one lens. I have only one lens, the 24 to 70mm art lens. I show you the life of a little freelancer, a little camera guy which can make a little living with his videography and photography skills. And I cannot live from my YouTube channel, it's too small, but I can live from my videography work, which is also pretty nice. So let's start. What do we start here? So this camera bag is actually full of awesome things we need. Let's start with the obvious one, which is my camera. My camera is secured with one of these straps. I hope you can see this. Camera bags have this nice soft, not fur-like, but nice soft surface here, which you can attach these bands here. That's like Kreppband or so. And my camera is also secured with this, that you cannot pull it out actually that easy. And I have to remove this band to get my camera out. And that's my camera, the Lumix S5 with the Sigma 24 to 70mm art lens with a little cage. This cage is from actually a friend which gave me this cage. It's from Ken Wade. It's a third-party cage. This cage can fit to many cameras, and it's a pretty nice cage with a small rig handlebar and my only lens I have. I have only one lens. The next lens I will purchase maybe on Monday is the Lumix 16 to 35 lens. So we go, for me, clockwise. So a little Rode microphone bag where a little fur is inside and some attachments for a little microphone which is currently attached to me, and that lives next to my, let's put this back in place here, which lives next to my Rode microphone. I use the Rode Video Mic Go. No, the Rode Video Mic. It cost 100 euros with a little dead cat on it. That's not the professional mic, because in this professional mic you use batteries, and I don't want to forget to charge to my microphone. I want to plug it in. It works. When I want to use even better sound, I use an external recorder. But if I use the sound from my camera, I only use this microphone. The preamps in the S5 are great. You can use such a cheap microphone. So next to this lives my handlebar. It's also from Small Rig. There's a little magic arm attached to it. I don't know why, because sometimes I need it, I guess. And before I take my camera out, I can easily place this here, and then I can take my camera out of my camera bag. That's pretty convenient. And then next to it, there's my my small rig attachment for my screen that lives also next to it, so I can grab it easy and place it there. And then one of these, this is my my lens hood and my little camera hood. You can screw these easily together if you want to storage an SD card or small things. You can use it to have a little storage thing, because sometimes clients give you, I have an SD card with footage or something, and storing something in here is pretty good. Better than throwing small little items in the camera bag. Then I have some step-up rings. That's from 62 millimeters to 77 millimeters in general. Three rings, because sometimes I have a friend with me which has smaller diameter of the lens, and I have also ND filter which matches this for having maybe a second shooter on set. So then I have here this little cheap DJI Mini Case, I don't know. It comes with a zipper around, and it broke maybe 2 seconds after I used it once. That's so cheap, other companies use these too. This cost only, I think, 50-60 euros because there's DJI on it, and it comes from the same cheap factory like all the other compartments. It's basically the stuff for some cables for my Ronin S and some cables for other things, drone. There's a, which is pretty nice, a little mini screwdriver in here to maybe screw something. And important, when I forget my, let's get this out here, my little, I don't know if you can see this, that's the little side attachment for a GoPro Hero 7, because when you forget this and you want to store your GoPro in the water, take it in the water with you, you need this waterproof little piece. I purchased it because I thought I forgot mine or lost mine, and I paid 20 euro for this little piece. That's crazy. So that's, you see, this doesn't even work right. It's still open. It's cheap. Then charging my Lumix S5. I have the Lumix S5 Charger with me. I also have a second battery with me, which costs, I think, almost 80 euros here in Germany. And then, important, I have, let's place that here. I have a little dummy battery with me because I like to power my rig with a little dummy battery. I have also a small rig battery plate. You can attach this also to your camera and then attach a nice NFP battery with a DC outlet. That's the, I linked this battery in the video description. Then you can put the dummy battery in this, put this little accu battery in your camera, and you can power your camera with this large battery. It has a capacity of 980 and it's the Replace NPF 980D, which has 7.4 volts. Obviously, the capacity is 7,850 milliampere hours. That's pretty amazing. Or 85.1 watt hours. It's from Lumix, and I can recommend these batteries to 100%. That's not sponsored by them, but that's the best accus I can think. You can also purchase these Sony NFP batteries. I think we have only one technology in lithium-ion batteries. Purchase not the cheapest, but I want to say purchase not the most expensive. These are very good in my opinion. Then I have, that's my charging corner here. I have also a little USB charger here. It's a normal USB charger. Actually, it's from Nokia, from maybe my first telephone from like a couple of years ago. And let's put this back here. Nice and tidy, as you see. The next thing, let's start here. These are my two batteries. I have actually two of them. You can purchase them in a pack of two, also secured with a little band. Then I have the remote control of my Dji Mavic Mini. I have the Fly More combo with extra battery. And here is my, actually my drone. let's get it out. That's my little drone, nice and secure. I place it in my bag that I don't break or don't bend these propellers, I hope. I have also replaceable propellers for this drone, and I use the Dji Mavic Mini because I haven't purchased a more expensive drone yet, but I think I will because I like to have a pretty nice drone. And this is gaffer tape, Gaffer's tape. Gaffer tape is pretty handy. You need it for all kinds of stuff that live actually next to my camera lens. Then I have the so-called I'm a professional filmmaker mud box. That's the small rig mud box mini. That's actually a pretty nice attachment for your camera. It's also very useful if you film with some kind of vintage lenses and you want to protect your lens from these lens flares. You can move this hood, and mostly the sun comes from above, and you can reduce lens flares with it, which is pretty nice. It has different filter size attachments. You screw this on your, you tighten this here and it is on your camera. You can also use it with a rod system, and you can slide in these little filters, or these square filters. You can use all kinds of different square filters with it. That's pretty nice. I think that's for 100 bucks is this pretty nice. These batteries here come in the pack of 2, also 80 bucks I think. All the other gear, you can get the little Dji Mavic Mini for I think 250 bucks used now. That's not so expensive. Next to it lives my good Shinobi Atomos Shinobi screen. That's pretty nice. I like this thing really, really much. I think that's worth every penny. It comes for like 470 euros, and here in Germany. You can also power this with the NFP battery, which you can also use to power your camera, which is pretty nice. I actually, when I film something, I mostly don't use the original batteries for the Lumix. I power mostly everything with this battery, the screen and my camera. Works pretty well. Which I cannot recommend is this company here, because the filters are not very good in my opinion. They make funny little filters for every purpose, effects filters and everything. I purchased one filter and it worked not good in my opinion. It worked terrible. This company is not very good in my opinion. Some filters may be good, but the filter I have used was not so good. And use maybe instead this filter. That's my first Gobe filter. They now called Urt, and I have plenty of filters here. That's all my filters I have. That's all my filters. I tell you why I have so many filters in my bag. So let's start with this good old NDX Gobe filter. It's called an NDX because it's a variable ND filter from 2 to 400 I think. And yes, it's a Gobe ND2 to 477 millimeter filter. Actually, this design looks pretty nice. It looks like a film roll in my opinion, which I like this. The next filter I almost never use, but I have a filter for photography, ND1000 filter. Actually doesn't fit my camera anymore because I have an 82 millimeter diameter. But I think the 16 to 35 millimeter lens from Lumix has maybe 77 millimeter, I don't know, but I keep it anyway in my bag. Then I have this little bag here, which is so important, so handy. You need this bag, you get this bag. I don't know where it from is. I think that's from actually a small rig thing I purchased, because there's all kinds of little Imbusschlüssel here inside. These little, we call it Imbusschlüssel, I don't know how it's in English, and all kinds of stuff is in here to replace and to work with all kinds of things. And important, a little screwdriver. I made a little screwdriver. It was actually a little bit longer one, and I shortened it down to have it in my bag, that I can tighten some screws on my camera, or I don't know, stech jemand ab, Alter. No, that's pretty nice to have. Always keep some tools in your camera bag. That's really important, I think. The next filter I use is that's the polarization filter, the CPL82. The CPL82 millimeter, also from Urt. It's scratched and bent, but the inside is still okay. That's the new version of it. Works pretty nice. It's nice secured. It actually won't fall out if you I don't know, if you're a little clumsy like me. It won't fall out of the packaging, which is pretty nice. You get a little screen towel here, or lens cleaning microfiber thing. The next filter I had to purchase was the second generation of this filter. That's an 82mm ND2-400 from Gobe, which works better than the old one because this one has hard stops. I made a review about this, and you can hear this. This has hard stops, and a hard stop at the end and on the lowest point, and on the max and minimum, which is actually pretty nice. You don't get an X pattern with this filter, and the fact that it has hard stop at the end at the beginning is so, I don't know why they put this in the first generation of filters, but it's so good to have an ND filter with this hard stop system. The next filter I have, what was the next filter? Actually, it's an UV filter because when I go out and shoot, I use this UV filter to protect my lens. It's actually, it filters UV rays because it's just a simple piece of glass, and every simple piece of glass filters UV rays. So this is an UV filter, ladies and gentlemen. Also, this is a UV filter behind me. That filter cost maybe 80 euros. In comparison to this, must cost this window 8,000 euros because it's 100 times bigger. So it's actually a piece of glass. Then I have my little Swiss Army knife in my bag. My father gave it to me. That's a little nice Swiss Army knife. I think, no, that's not from the Swiss Army. It's some other army, but that's a little knife with all kinds of things. It's very handy when you fight on set. No, that's very handy when you do some stuff. The next compartments are, let me do this. The next compartments are all these kinds of stuff here. Here in the first bag are a lot of cables in it. I don't pull them out. I have microphone cables, USB 2.0, USB 3.0, USB-C, USB charging. Very, very important, which I can recommend 100%. The small rig HDMI cable, very, very important. Buy the longer one. I purchased the short one. I think that's 28 centimeters. I would recommend that you purchase the longer one because sometimes you rotate your screen. Maybe you have your screen next to your camera, and maybe you have someday a bigger screen, then you need a longer cable. That's barely fits. It's a little bit tight sometimes, or short sometimes. Buy this cable. And all kinds of, I like to have a whole lot of USB-C cables because I have to charge my phone. My friend has to charge a phone. A client must charge a phone, and my laptop needs a USB, and my camera, and maybe my phone, and everything. Everything needs USB. That's why I have so many USB-C cables here. I'm prepared for everything. So here are some rechargeable batteries, because these are some rechargeable batteries because they are from ISY. I like to use rechargeable batteries because that's better for the planet. The next compartment, what is in here? There is something important. I also have headphones, and if I monitor the audio from my camera, if you use a monitor like this, that's important. If you ever use a monitor like this, you can no longer hear what you're filming, except you use a monitor and then plug your headphones in it, because the HDMI signal goes into this screen, and this screen has no speakers, and obviously you cannot hear what you're filming, because the audio is also transferred via HDMI into this Atomos monitor, so you can no longer hear what you film. So bring a little cable, or you get this cable everywhere when you purchase a new headphones, and bring your headphones with you, then you can monitor your audio better. I use the Sony VX900 headphones because they are pretty good, nice bass, and they have noise cancelling, which is pretty nice. Then here is my little 1 terabyte SanDisk SSD. That's pretty fast SSD, comes for 80 bucks or so, with a little cable, because sometimes I have to transfer some files right after the shoot, and that's nice to have 1 terabyte of storage. I have 128 gigabyte and 256 gigabytes of SD cards, pretty fast SD cards from Sony in my camera, and I have 1 terabyte here. This will almost never get full on a shooting day. It can get full when you record hours. And these little compartments are some SD cards, SD cards holders, adapters. I have also extra. Do I have an extra SD card? I think I have. Yes, I actually have 2. I have a little 16 gigabyte Sony and a bigger one, also from SanDisk, in here, because sometimes you have, maybe you forget something, you bring a friend and he forgot this SD card. I had actually a music video shoot from Ruben where my second cameraman has bring only a 10 gigabyte of SD card, and I don't know why he has even a 10 gigabyte SD card in 2022, but no, it was December 2021, but I had to give him a second SD card, which was then pretty nice to have. So I can also recommend this. I show you, that goes directly together. You can charge something via USB and DC. I like these things so much. So convenient, so nice. It even shows you the charging status of your NFP battery. And this is my bag, and I bring this bag when I go to clients. Clients like when you have a lot of gear. Clients like when you bring a lot of gear. Lamps. I have actually a lot of more equipment. Newer C-stands and little lights and backgrounds and Godox equipment and everything. But my camera bag is this for professional filmmaking. I wouldn't recommend to carry this camera bag every day around because it can get quite heavy. I don't know what this is, maybe it can be 15, 18 kilos, I don't know. That can be quite heavy, especially when I purchase another lens, another drone and everything. I rearrange this as my needs is. Sometimes I bring only my camera and some little stuff, but this camera bag looks pretty nice. It is hard, it is durable, cost 190 euros, worth every cent in my opinion. You can roll it around, which is also pretty nice, and I like this one pretty much. And it has also on the side here some compartments which I never use. I think it has a handlebar here. You can carry it like a suitcase, or I don't know. The only downside is when I want to use my tripod, and I have to somehow, I cannot put the tripod in here because it's too large. I can attach, I don't know, so if this for this tripod here, and it dangles around here. Maybe I can build something to attach the tripod here, because that's a little bit stupid. They have this little compartment over here. I get this, why this is there. A handlebar is also okay, but I would change this handlebar to maybe compartment to clamp here, or to secure a nice tripod. That would be convenient in my opinion. So I hope you liked my little newer professional camera bag. That's my bag I use for videography, for client shoots, and that's worth every money. Like I said, I'm not a big Hollywood production company. I'm a little guy. My name is Paul Jonack. I do some video projects. I can live from my videography work. That's okay. I don't make thousands of euros. I have one lens and I have a small YouTube channel. So I'm actually, it's a pretty nice. I like what I do. I can afford a little living from my videography work. That's pretty nice. I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more of this German guy, and if you want to support me, subscribe to my channel. Maybe then I can afford some English classes, because I'm from Germany, I'm from Berlin. I do videography in Berlin in Germany. So thank you for watching. See you maybe in the next video. I hope, maybe not. That's your life. Do whatever you want with your life. Live your life. You only live once, and you know you only regret the decisions you don't take. Yeah, that's important. That's important. So that's a wrap.